Saudi Krap, welcome to Phuket Extra, brought to you by PSD Windows and Doors. It's Wednesday, July 31st, and I'm your host, JP Mestanza. Let's start with our top story. And the investigation into alleged corruption by the chief of the Cherng Talay OBEC has begun after officers from the Department of Special Investigation, the DSI, inspected the wastewater treatment plants at both Surin and Bang Tao beaches yesterday. The twin systems together cost more than 355.5 million baht, but stand accused as gross failures in treating wastewater before it flows into Bang Tao Bay. The complaints allege malfeasance and possible corruption in the project to build the treatment plants at both beaches, which in May were confirmed to still be releasing untreated wastewater onto the beaches. Two DSI special investigators and the chief of DSI Operations Region 8 took part in the inspection yesterday, which they say was just to collect information as they questioned Ma'an Samran, the Cherng Talay OBEC chief, while inspecting the plans and government contracts to the build and the operate of the systems. Investigators told reporters that their investigation could take more than 6 months before it's wrapped up. Ma'an meanwhile says that this is the part of the process, adding that, quote, whatever the complaint is, let's wait until we see the results from the DSI investigation. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. After a senior police officer and his wife were killed in a fatal crash and their daughter was seriously hurt, the man who had caused it, having been behind the wheel drunk, he's been given a suspended 3-year jail sentence ordered to perform 48 hours of community service. In the early morning hours of April 12, 57-year-old Somchai Waretipipat, owner of the largest manufacturer of industrial brush and mechanical carbon in Southeast Asia, the Thai Carbon and Graphite Co., drove his car inebriated and crashed his Mercedes-Benz E250 into a Suzuki Swift in Bangkok, killing 2 people and seriously injuring the daughter. His blood alcohol reading was 260 milligrams, many times over the legal limit. Since it was Songkran and at the time the government's policy was to charge any and all drunk drivers with murder and attempted murder, that's exactly what he was charged with. But the Taling Chan court downgraded those charges to drink driving causing death, reckless driving causing serious injury, and drink driving causing property damage. He was at first sentenced to the max of 6 years in prison and a 20,000 baht fine. But it was commuted to 3 years, then suspended with a 100,000 baht fine, all after he repented, had no prior legal record, and paid 45 million baht in compensation to the victims' families. He's also been ordered to never drink alcohol again. This is the x-ray of a spine of a 14-year-old schoolgirl who was admitted to a local hospital in Khon Kaen after falling ill. And while some are blaming her severe scoliosis on the weight of the book bag she carries to school, other doctors are saying that's not it at all. The girl, a grade 9 student at a school in Khon Kaen province, she sought treatment on Monday after developing a fever, and a doctor then examined her x-ray, finding that her spine was bent, suspecting that it may have been caused by carrying her heavy book bag over the years. And her mother reportedly agreed, saying she had complained of back pain 3 years ago after pursuing her studies at the school. Education officials responded by saying that they've repeatedly notified school directors and local education officials nationwide of the need to limit the weight of students' bags, with incoming Deputy Education Minister Cherng Talay promising to consider having students use e-book readers instead of textbooks in the future. Still, other doctors rejected the idea that her heavy book bag caused her scoliosis, with some saying it may have been hereditary. For more on this, visit thephuket.news.com. Phuket Extra will be right back after this. Visit us in Patong or inkinAsia.com. Welcome back to Phuket Extra. In the fight against armed poachers, many forest rangers in Thailand are admittedly ill-equipped or undertrained while putting their lives on the line for a monthly average salary of between 9,000 to 15,000 baht. Speaking at a ceremony at Khao Yai National Park headquarters earlier today, incoming National Resources and Environment Minister Varawut Silpa Acha, to mark World Ranger Day, He promised to upgrade welfare benefits and ensure all forest rangers were fully equipped, while considering to establish compensation funds for families of rangers killed or injured in the line of duty. This year alone, 14 rangers have died and several were injured while on the job, although Minister Varawut said that the ministry was unable to increase salaries this year, saying it would affect the government's budget. National Parks officials are reporting that an estimated 90% of corals damaged by bleaching at the popular Surin National Park north of Phuket have recovered. The corals in the park suffered a heavy damage from bleaching in 2010, with more damage found earlier this year. But a recent assessment of coral restoration efforts by park officers and Phuket Ratchabat University faculty confirmed that about 90% of the damaged corals have recovered. The Phuket News has learned that if officers had established 3 experimental recovery areas where certain things were used, and they found that it did help in some areas, but on others, saying they'll keep monitoring the situation. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. And that's it for Phuket Extra, brought to you by PSD Windows and Doors. For safe, secure, and soundproof windows, visit pvcphuket.com. If you're watching us on YouTube, click that subscribe button to check out all of our future videos. If you're watching us on Facebook, give us a like on the Phuket News page. From all of us here at the Phuket News Center, thank you for watching, and until tomorrow, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000, and luxury properties can go all the way up to $20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.